Hello and welcome back to another video, and in today's video I'm going to be reacting to some more Llama Arts scary animations. And if you haven't already, subscribe to them because this video wouldn't be possible without them. And if you don't have your snacks yet, go get them. Drinks, food, chips. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's go. Scary true pool horror story.
It was approaching the end of summer, and my friends and I wanted to do some cool, mischievous things before going back to school. So, we had the genius idea one night to sneak into a nearby community pool. It was actually only a couple blocks away. It's right smack in the middle of a residential area, so instead of sitting on a main road or something, it actually just sat around a bunch of houses on a quiet road. During a hot day, the little parking lot would be full and the spot would be bustling. But at 1 in the morning, the place was of course dead. There's obviously a big fence surrounding the whole front entrance, as well as a cage that gets closed up when the place closes. So our best way was to get in through the side. We snuck into the backyard of a neighboring house and hopped the fence over to the pool. It was as easy as that.
Oh, now they look.
The 4 of us took off our shirts and jumped into the pool. Which in retrospect wasn't smart, since any of the neighbors could have heard the splashes and just called the police. But we were dumb high schoolers. It was very, very dark within that whole enclosing. This pool had no lights, which is why it closed at sunset. James, Courtney, and Alyssa were on the other side of the pool, as I was just kind of doing my own thing at first, swimming around and getting my face wet. I saw Alyssa get out of the pool shortly after and run away. I swam over to see what was going on. She was just going to the water fountain, though. The 3 of us just bopped around in the water for a bit, and eventually we heard Alyssa jump back into the pool from the other side.
Oh, I thought she
It was too dark to see much more than her black hair covering her face.
But
just then we heard Alyssa playfully call something to us as she was walking back to the pool. The 3 of us in the pool looked at each other. I know they were doing the same thing as me, counting heads. There were 3 of us on this side of the pool, and here came Alyssa walking over to our side. So who was that on the other side?
Bro, that person.
Alyssa got in, but the 3 of us were distracted, looking at the head bopping around the water across the pool. James said across the pool,
"Get out!"
"Who is that?"
And a full jump back
Not
in
even
on
2
his
seconds
head.
later,
Knock it out.
the head went underwater and disappeared from view.
Oh, but like now, isn't it?
We took this time to whisper to each other, mostly things like, what should we do? What if that's security? And should we run?
That is not security.
Suddenly I felt something grab my leg with force and tried pulling me down into the water. I kicked, splashed, and yelled for help. James came over to pull me out of the pool, while the girls were already running for it, screaming.
Oh!
It wasn't until I got to the stairs of the pool that the grip on my leg was released and I was free. We hopped the same fence we climbed over to get in and ran all the way back to Alyssa's house. I was convinced that whoever that was a security guard. That is, until they literally tried to pull me under the water.
What if that
I don't know what to think. There are a few possibilities. Maybe it was just another kid messing with us. Maybe it was a security guard who went way too far.
Someone died
or most likely,
in the pool.
It was a dangerous person who had ill intent.
Oh my god. That was crazy. Okay, second animation. Disturbing true Snapchat story.
This happened a week ago. Up until a few days ago, I went to a small, local gym in my now previous New Jersey town called Black Bear Fitness. One day, I had the misfortune of running into some skinny, awkward, yet creepy-looking kid, probably 18 years old.
I'm guessing that kid is
He didn't look like he belonged in a gym at all. I had headphones in and I was doing my set when I heard him saying something to me, but it was muffled by the music. I was already annoyed with this kid, given that he was breaking an unwritten rule of the gym. Don't try to talk to somebody when they're doing their sets.
His shoes!
I took my time finishing my set, and then took my headphones out to ask somebody when they're doing...
What are these? Why? And why are they so dirty on the bottom? Anyway,
in their sets.
I'm getting distracted.
I took my time finishing my set, and then took my headphones out to ask if he needed something. Then he started acting like I looked familiar, but right away I knew this kid was just trying some pathetic attempt at making friends. I assured him I didn't, but the kid wouldn't stop talking to me. I'll skip most of the conversation, but eventually he actually asked me for my Instagram and Snapchat, weirdly enough, and for whatever reason I gave them to him.
Yeah, why would you do that?
Instead of just saying something like, "Buddy, I'm trying to work out," or "I don't have social media."
Yeah,
After I gave him my Snapchat and Instagram, however, I did kind of urge him to let me resume my workout. He finally seemed to get the message and walked away. Not without saying bye like 3 times though.
That would annoy me so
That
much.
night
He
I
looks
got
so
a snap on my
skinny
phone
now.
saying "from Sean." I immediately sighed and said, "Oh no." Just wondering why the hell the kid would snap me. I opened the snap, and the kid was in a creepy, weird pose, face way too close to the camera, with his head resting in his hand and a half smile on his face. The text over the picture was "Hey" with 2 Y's. For the record, I'm a guy, which made this even more weird. My thought process was, I've had enough of this loser already. I'm gonna remove him and make it clear I don't want to talk if I see him at the gym again. And so I did. I removed him minutes after he sent that snap.
He knows how to deal with it.
I'm sure not even a minute later, again a message popped up on my phone saying "Snapchat from Sean." I waited a few minutes before opening it. This one was even creepier. Now the kid was sitting up on his bed. No smile, more of a surprised, angry expression.
But did he have drugs
The text
or
over the
something?
image said,
Why
"Why did you remove me?" Now I went as far as to block him, meaning he couldn't snap me anymore. And that was that. I threw my phone on the desk and sighed out of relief.
Yeah, you dealt with him.
Half an hour later, my phone goes off,
Never
saying
mind.
Sean added you as a friend, and then Snapchat from Sean.
God, what is
He actually made a new account. I opened the snap and felt my heart drop. It was a picture of my front lawn. The text over it, "Answer me, bitch." The first thing I could think of was, how did he find my address? Then I realized, Snapchat made that new map feature that lets you see where your friends are.
Oh my.
Somehow I had the balls to open the window to see outside. It was clear out there.
Okay.
I shut the window and the blinds and started considering calling 911.
Bro, what do you mean considering?
It was the
Oh
sound
my
of taps on the
God.
window. I took a deep breath, and with one swift motion, I pulled up the blind and the window at the same time and pulled the kid into my room by his neck.
Oh!
I punched him in the face a few times before he was out cold.
Get him!
Now
Again,
I
I
called
mean...
911.
Oops, didn't mean
By
to
the
say
time
that.
they arrived, he was awake,
Yo, he
cursing
missing
me
a
out,
tooth and
promising he'd be
everything.
back and kill me. The cops heard it all.
But you
I
can't
didn't even
do
have to make a
anything.
case.
He'll
The
do
kid
that
was an
again,
idiot.
and you'll be knocked out next time.
Luckily, the timing of this worked out well, because I just moved a couple days ago out of state.
Okay.
Only thing that worries me, I don't want to have to make a new Snapchat account, but anytime somebody new adds me on the app, I'll never know if it's secretly that Sean kid again.
Bro, he's in jail for stalking you. Ooh, that was a good one. A good one. Damn, Sean, whew. Flirting with that guy. Sean, and then in the second picture he had drugs or something. Like, what? Anyways, on to the next animation.
I was 19 years old at the time, working at a sketchy motel. The motel was pretty run down, and the majority of people who stayed there were locals that were just doing things they weren't supposed to be doing.
What?
Let's just say the cops came by multiple times.
Excuse me? What is this?
I worked as both a front desk person, checking in these creeps all hours
Why
of
does
the
he have
night,
blood on
and as
his
a
hoodie?
housekeeper who got to clean up their nasty, vomit-smelling rooms afterwards.
Ew.
One afternoon, I was working as a housekeeper in the second building of the motel on the backside
Holy
furthest from the office.
monkeys.
I hated working over there because it not only had the most
Guy,
worn
well,
down
had a
rooms,
bag over
but it
his
was always
head.
pretty
That's
vacant over there and way too quiet for comfort. I began cleaning one of my last rooms and wanted to get done in a hurry because it was getting late.
Yeah? Don't
I was washing the
surprise
mirror
me.
in the room that I was cleaning,
Oh.
when all of a sudden, I saw a man in the
Turn
reflection
around and just
staring at
elbow
me.
him in the jaw.
He was mid-50s, dirty, with long, greasy hair. Startled, I screamed, "Oh my God." I told him he scared me. The room I was currently cleaning was
grab the
vacant, so there was no
bottle and you
reason
just
why this man
smash him
should have
in
been
the
in there
head.
watching me
don't
clean.
do that. I do not
However, we
condone
just had a meeting on
violence.
customer satisfaction, and my boss was really pressuring us to be more polite and help the guests any way we could. Sir? I asked him cautiously.
Help!
Can I get you
What are
anything?
on
Towels?
about?
The man just stared back at me with a crooked grin and held out his hands to me. I thought maybe he was handing me a tip for cleaning his room earlier, but when I looked down, I saw he was holding a $100 bill.
What?
Alarms started going off in my head. No one tips $100 on a $40 a night room.
No, you do not.
The man just smiled and said his name was Terry. He said he was staying in the room next door with his wife Sherry and sort of joked
Sherry
about their
and
names
Terry.
rhyming. He smelled like car oil and alcohol.
Oh my, he's
When
so
I asked him why he was
tall.
trying to hand me $100, he laughed deep in his throat and said, "Me and my wife were watching you, and we just wanted to have fun with you."
What? Whoa,
I
whoa,
felt like my
whoa.
heart jumped into my throat.
Chill.
No, I can't do that, sir. I'm sorry. I wanted to run out of the room screaming, but he was blocking the door, my only exit. The man smiled again,
Oh
taking
my
on
God.
a softer tone of voice, and invited me
This
to come
guy's
into his room to meet his
crazy.
wife, just to talk as friends. I nervously told him no again, and that I had a lot of work to do for the day. I prayed to God he would just go away, and eventually he did. He grunted and walked off in what I assumed to be the direction of his room.
Bro, just look
My
out
mind
the
began
window
racing.
first.
There is no wife, I thought. This man could try and kidnap me. I was
Yeah, he
110
was
pounds at the
gonna.
time and not very strong. He could easily overpower me. I locked the room from the inside and went directly to the phone to call my manager at the front desk,
Yeah.
but the phone wasn't working. Adrenaline
Oh
began
my
pumping through my veins, and despite what I was always told not to do, I was panicking. Did he cut the line?
How
No,
could you
I
not
thought.
panic?
This is a crappy motel. It happens all the time.
Oh,
But I just have to get out. I remembered that I had my cell
Oh,
phone
she
out on
looks
my
angry.
housekeeping card,
grab
but
one
that
of
was
those
outside the locked
sticks
door.
and just smack him.
I'd have to open the door to get it. I cautiously opened the door to the room that I was cleaning and peered out. I didn't see anyone, so I frantically began searching my cart for my cell phone.
No, it's gone.
I was wasting too much time looking for it, so I just decided to run as fast as I could and make a break for the front desk in the office.
He's
Then
not
from
even
behind
there.
me, I heard the man again, but this time he was screaming to someone else, "She's running, she's getting away."
Oh,
I could hear his shoes slamming against the pavement after me. I quickly turned the corner, grabbed my key card, and let myself into a stockroom and locked the door.
oh,
Within
she's
moments, I heard the sound of the
lucky.
dirty guy and someone else running outside, searching for me.
Oh no.
I stayed in that stockroom for 30 minutes shaking until I could no longer hear him searching for me. I finally got the courage to run the rest of the way to the front desk. When I made it there, I collapsed into my boss's arms and he called the
Yeah.
police. The man and whoever else was in the room with him peeled out before the cops could arrive, and I was beyond shaken up. According to the police who ran a search, this wasn't the first time he had done something like this, and he was actually wanted for sexual assault, gross
my
sexual
God.
imposition, and in
Of
the past
course.
was when...
Oh,
A few weeks later, on what happened to be my birthday, this guy was caught. A few weeks after that, I quit. I will never again work at another motel.
neither would I. That was, oh my God. Whew. Oh my, that guy, bro. Some people. But that is going to be it for today's animations. I'll rate today's animations out of 10 just because that last one. Whew, I'm going to give it a solid 8. Oh my, that was good. Actually, no, that was terrible, I mean. That was bad. Okay. But hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed today's video, and thank you to Llama Arts for making these animations. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.